Hey guys, Metal Jesus here, and today we're going to take a look at TrackMania on the Nintendo Wii. I was capturing this footage for a video I did on my main channel probably about a month ago where I was talking about my entire Nintendo Wii game collection, and I was going back and replaying a lot of games that I've had, and I wanted some gameplay footage here, and so that's what you're seeing this for. But I wanted to share this footage on my secondary channel because this is such a cool and kind of unique arcade racing game. So right off the bat, you're going to notice that these races and these tracks are incredibly short. That is one of the things that makes this game so unique, is that instead of the traditional arcade looping style of a track, you're basically just doing time trials here. You're basically just trying to get golds as much as possible, or at least, you know, bronze, silver, gold. And it's just kind of a weird concept. Like you're not really playing this game in long bursts, although you can, but really it's just kind of very pick up and play, more so than any other game I've played before. I mean, maybe something in the arcade would be like this, but it's very unique. And the thing about this game is that you really want to try to get gold. Now, in these first couple first couple races here, I'm not going for gold because I'm basically just trying to capture footage for that video. I'm actually playing this on the Nintendo Wii U, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get the best possible output, and so I'm having to kind of restart this game. But anyways, so I'm not really going for gold initially. However, as I continue playing this, you get sucked into the idea of trying to do as good as possible. And so in the next race after this one, I've gotten all the footage I need for the video, and then I'm just playing for fun. And you'll see I get pretty obsessed about trying to get gold. And the thing about this game is how you do is completely dependent on you. And in other words, like, if you're not getting gold, there's no trick to it. You just have to really, really, really know the track and the car and the controls. And so it's very addictive, this game, where you just keep playing these short little tracks over and over again. By the way, I love how it auto restarts almost immediately. Like when you screw up, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna, restart it, go back to the beginning. I'm gonna do this. And you see me be kind of obsessive about it here. And that's the brilliance of this game. I also like how on the Wii it doesn't use the motion controls. Instead, it's just using the D-pad. You just turn the Wii remote sideways, because the controls are very specific in this game. Motion controls I don't think would work. You would never be able to get gold if you tried to just do motion controls in this game. And so I'm glad that they didn't even attempt to do that. And by the way, there are multiple versions of this game. I'm just happen to be playing it on the Wii here. That's where I first played this game. But I believe this was originally a Windows-only game. The first version or so were Windows only, and then it started being ported over to consoles, and again, that's where I first played it. There's also a really good version of this on the Nintendo DS, the handheld. Again, it's such a simple arcade racing game that it works really well on that system too. And I think I get gold here. Yes, I got gold. Woohoo! That's me being very persistent. By the way, it also starts mixing it up in the track design and the car design. I believe as this goes on, I'm gonna go into dirt, and just changes it up a little bit, just enough to kind of keep things really interesting. This is the kind of game that my buddy Drunken Master Paul would be obsessed about. He is the kind of guy who gets really obsessed about trying to just get the absolute best score in these games. Again, I know I always talk about Burnout, but man, I have seen Paul get obsessed with the Burnout series for the exact same reason, where he just refuses to not get the best score, where I'll kind of be like, okay, I'm having my fun, but it's starting to get frustrating. No, Paul does not have that gene. He will be like, I am going to play this game until I own it, until I beat it, until I destroy it. And this is the kind of game I actually, it's funny because I haven't introduced him to this series. Maybe I'm afraid to. Maybe he smartly has avoided it, but it's something that I know he would absolutely love. Also, there's a version of this game that came out on PlayStation VR. I should check to see if it also came out on other VR systems, but it's really cool in VR. It's kind of crazy, specifically because it starts you off in VR. I don't know why it does this, but when you first launch the game, you're way high in the air. So immediately the VR version gives you this huge feeling of just vertigo when you first launch the game. It's kind of funny. It's almost like it's trying to mess with you. But and actually, if I think about it, it might be a download only. It's been a while since I've actually played that version. I'm not able to play it very much because being a VR game and on the PlayStation VR, it actually makes me incredibly sick almost immediately. And I would actually like to try to play it on the Oculus Quest 2 because that system does not make me nearly as motion sick as the PlayStation version. I'm actually kind of curious to see what Sony does with the PlayStation VR and the PlayStation 5. My hope is, and I assume that they're gonna, when they put out the new generation of that it's gonna be a much improved piece of hardware, and hopefully, you know, things like frame rate and stuff like that will be vastly improved, and therefore people like me won't get as motion sick. Like I said, the Oculus Quest 2 hardly makes me motion sick, and it's because it's just simply newer and more powerful. But anyways, guys, we're reaching the end of this video and me playing some TrackMania on the Nintendo Wii. Just a fantastic arcade racing game. If you haven't played this series before, you can usually get it fairly cheap, and I highly recommend it. It's just something a little bit different, something fun, you know? I love arcade racing games, as you guys know, and I'm always looking for something that's just a little bit different. So definitely check this game out.